I got my package from Mos Tactical with our 2 slings that we're going to be reviewing today. And I'm kind of pumped to review these slings because their swings look pretty sweet online when I've seen them. So let's check it out. Let's give them a review. Oop. Oh, snap. Sent me a piece of candy. How nice of them. I like that. Complimentary. Check that out. I get slings and candy. Thank you. Oh boy, there's more. Oh yeah, I got Starburst and 3 Musketeers. Check that out. Thank you guys. All right. Got my little welcome letter with my order card. All right, so I'm just gonna go over what I ordered, just so you guys know where it's at on the website. I ordered a Gen 1 Snake 2-point sling, M81 woodland color with a QD detached swivel, and a Gen 2 Snakebite sling, Vietnam Tiger Stripe limited edition with the addition of a hand-tied spiral, which is going to be pretty cool when I end up showing it, so you guys can see how it looks. So, oh, these colors are sweet. We're going to go over the Gen 1, which is the woodland version. Oh, look at that. This is the Gen 2, which we'll go over in a second. Look at the color on that. Good stitching. Okay. Actually, very professional stitching. Mos Tactical. Okay. Very rigid design. Okay, everything is very well made. Oh, look at this. So this, I'm going to have to hook this up to a rifle QD swivel, which is pretty neat on both ends. All right. Oh, and a quick detach. All right. Which I like that. That's pretty snazzy. Look at that. Quick detach. Like this. Real quick release. Seems to be pretty sturdy. All right. Oh, very well made. Very well made. I will say that. Very well made. Okay, so. Okay, let me figure out how to operate. Oh, that's freaking cool. What we have here, melted on the end, and we have a heat shrinked tube, okay, which is the perfect grip of your hand length, which that's pretty freaking sweet. Now the real cool part is the design of this buckle, okay, so it has where the webbing goes in and underneath, and then it has this hatch here. This is a Gen 1 version, by the way, where it has these teeth, okay? It has these teeth right here that grip onto the webbing like that, okay? Automatically by a tension spring that's in here. And when you pull this, and it'll stop wherever you stop, if you open it this way, you can pull the sling backward and then release it, which is pretty sweet. So I'm actually going to put this on a rifle. Try it out. All right, so right off the bat, this thing's actually a little tight, so that's where I think I'll play with. Look at that. And then come backwards like there. Okay, so I like the quick detach right here, pretty close by. That's pretty cool. I like that. So you can be here doing what you're doing, right? Actually need to make that a little looser. All right, so that's kind of the only flaw I see with this Gen 1 sling, which is cool for their first generation. Do like the sling, right? Can get right up into action, do what I gotta do. I still got enough room to swim my arms out. I got enough room to put it behind me to do stuff here. I like that I can tighten it up if I really got to get on the run. I do like that actually a lot. I can tighten it up, I can loosen it in a second. All right, so if let's say I was doing stuff and it's dangling, tighten it up quick, do what I'm doing, help out, do what I got to do here, and then arm in. Good to go. So I like it. The only thing I don't like is if I have it too loose here, and I go to reach for it, it's not where I can access it unless I swing my arm back out, tighten it, swing my arm back in. That's the only part I don't like. Other than that, I do like the concept, okay, of the pull tight. See, even like back here, like unless I swing my arm out to tighten it quick, and then even then it's a bit too tight. So I like that application of it where even it's still it's too tight. All right, so I like the application where I can go to work, boom, 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 boom. I can come here, I can swing my arm out for a tactical necklace. All right, if I need to put it behind me, I can swing my other arm back in, place it here. I can tighten it up to cinch it to me closer. So if I'm running, do what I'm doing, or I can unrelease it. Very quick release buckle, come in, right? Boom, done. And it's very tight to the body, which is kind of what you want for your stock to be up here and tight to the body. So if you are go transition, boom, 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 so you can come here, bang, bang, transition, pow, 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 still tight to the body, come up, do what you got to do, get back online. So I like it. The Gen 2, though, what I would hope is that they have a better system in place or a different type of braid here, because this can be, it's good because it allows your hand to stop on the edge of the braid, but your hand can also slip off of it. So I think if they come up with a better system, because this is their Gen 1 version, I'm going to go with a Gen 2. So hoping they would have came up with a little bit of a more robust system so that when you have gloves or something on, your hand doesn't just slip off of it, because it is pretty slick here. But this system overall and the concept of this idea and the engineering that came behind it, I like it a lot. I do. So, and I also might have to play with the tension and slack in here, but this stuff strong as hell. Like this thing is it's made for tactical applications, I'll tell you that. This thing is strong. The quality is freaking phenomenal. So you can see it here. So let's go over Gen 2. This is the M81 Woodland Camo. I can tell already, they already did it. That's pretty sweet. All right, so this is the Gen 2 Snakebite sling, okay, with a QD detachment, steel robust material. Oh, snap. Actually, I can tell you did a lot with this sling. Wow. Okay. Oh, look at this. Gen 2 already made the improvement. So this actually has a bunch of knots in it. It's a lot thicker, and I like the contour of it as if like the same contour as your fingers gripping around it. It's a lot thicker, easier for you to pull. Okay, I think they still kept the original design with the Gen 2, but I'll double check with that. And they definitely made some improvements from what I'm looking at, like right off the bat. And this is the limited edition Tiger Stripe. Can't wait to put this on. So let me put the QD detachments on here, and we'll be good to go in a matter of seconds. All right, so here we are with the Gen 2 Sling. All right, I had to put the QD detachment on. I attached this right to my rifle, which is pretty neat. Oh, that's sweet. All right, so off the bat, well, I can tell from the Gen 2, ooh, yeah, that's a lot more comfortable. So what I can tell, that's freaking sweet, from the Gen 2 is that the customizable compartments in regard to length, slack, reducing slack are much more customizable than the original. So if we go over the original, Gen 1, they gave you no optional feature to reduce the part where the QD tension is, opposed to here, they did with a belt style, right? So I have all this customizability in here that I can use for my weapon system, which is pretty sweet. The other thing that I noticed that they did with the Gen 2 is the retractability in regards to when you're making this tighter and when you're making it looser. See how this like comes back with it originally? Okay, so it doesn't sync up to the body or cinch up to the body, almost like a memory point. Okay, so and like in this one here on their Gen 2 version, right? Look at that. So it can be synced up here. I can bring it up quick, and then look, when I cinch it back to me, it builds like that memory in it. Okay, so I can be doing what I'm doing, bang, 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 bang. I need to cinch it up. We're good to go, and it's still up high and tight where I like it. Not to mention, aside from the QD detachment that I also liked, but then again, we also didn't have any optional customizability in regard to your strap length and the part that would go here, which this is where the QD sling would go, which is here, and then it would go around this way. So you had the option here, which was fine. It's really difficult to like get this in and out. I mean, you still could, but you kind of had to fight with it because of the engineering of this holder here, which is actually pretty cool. I do like it. But you had to fight a little bit more with it here, opposed to here. They have two thin clips, all right, and you can reduce or increase the slack here for your stock, okay, or you could put a QD detachment there for the back of your rifle, like I have here. And this came with a quick detach, so obviously, sure, you're giving up your quick detach option, which I'm sure you could uh, hook up here if you really, really wanted to, but I don't think it's necessary because when you're looking at the customizable options, and if I had a QD sling on each, I would much rather this type where I can increase or reduce the slack to where I actually want it. I have plenty of room that I can put the excess away, which is cool because you don't want that to be in your way. And it actually feels a little bit stronger. Actually, yeah, it is stronger. It feels thicker than the version 1. It is. It's sturdier, it's thicker. The material seems to be uh, a lot sturdier than the Gen 1. So I'll tell you that right off the bat. So I like that just to start from this option that I have the option to now customize from here and from here, instead of it just being sewn, and then you don't have as much customization in regards to that. So let's talk about the second part, which is what I actually asked for, and they went and did it, is the customizable loop feature. So I'm actually going to swim this around so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Look at the difference. Gen 1, Gen 2. So they already, look how easy that was. I didn't even give any effort. That's freaking sweet. I was holding it with 2 fingers and it released back. So they actually made this, I think, with less tension on it than the Gen 1. It's about the same, I guess. But I don't think I could have done that with 2 fingers like I did with this one. So anyway, they got multiple braids. That's quick. Look at that. They got multiple braids, so you can see the texture difference there. They made it beefed up. It feels good in the hand, even if you had gloves on or something, which is actually very important depending on what environment you're working in. The color is nice, and actually made the sling longer, which is pretty neat because if you were a 250 to 300 pound guy and you had body armor on and stuff like that, it'd be a little bit of a pain because you only have so much, again, room to customize, and it doesn't stretch. It's webbing, so it's tight. So this would be great for people who are not wearing body armor. If I was, I really have to play with this to get the maximum capacity out of that. But with the Gen 2, I don't need to. With the Gen 2, I clearly have enough slack here. I have enough slack here. I have enough slack in the back here. I got plenty here. Like, look at all this gap of space that I have. And this is before like actually like really customizing it. All I need is this here. If I put body armor on or something like that, Look how easy that slides back. And now I can put Dawn all my gear on. I still got room to do what I got to do. Right? Cinch up. That's freaking sweet. I love that. I'm very happy with the design. Overall, very happy with the product. I'm very happy with the sling itself. I will be probably putting a quick detach here and here for the rifle itself, because this is nice and it's very smooth, but I still like being able to quick detach in case I need to. Or just to put it on a different rifle if need be. But I do like this design very much. I'm impressed. I'm probably going to keep it on the gun and do some reps and drills with it. And I can say this is a very interesting feature. Like, look how it cinches forward. I can cinch it back. I can, now that problem I had before where I said it was too far behind me, they fixed that. So yeah, look how low the rifle is dangling, and then I can cinch it up in a second. So they gave me more customizable options with the length of their webbing and the length of the sling itself, which is great, because now when I slide it back, yeah, it's down here. I don't ever need to get like below this point. I can feel it on my arm here, which is neat. And then I can just grab it. It's thick and it's easy to pull. And then I can go back to work and do what I was doing here. So overall, huge upgrades for Gen 2. Glad they did it. Do I have any cons? At the moment, no, actually I don't. Let me see Gen 1. Like I said, Gen 1, I wish I would have had, they did it with Gen 2 already, which is great. So I would say more, if you were to keep Gen 1 as is, I would say more length in regard to, or customizable length in regard to this Gen 1. Quick detach is fine. I would say, yeah, just a longer length. Everything else can stay the same with your Gen 1, but then also note that it may not be as great for one that has body armor or wears body armor all the time. If you're going to wear body armor all the time because that's your job, I would go with the Gen 2 because you have a lot more. They beefed this up. The design and ergonomics of the cinching and retracting is a lot better with this. You have customizability here. So, but for everyday people that are just looking for a relatively good sling, I would say just stick with your Gen 1, especially if you're not really going to be wearing body armor or doing all tactical applications. It would be just perfect for you. For those who don't wear body armor and you're just doing regular firing applications, just go to the range, getting familiar with your weapon system. I would definitely just go with the version 1. It's cheaper. The version 2, which comes with the $9 additional hand-tied spiral, beefed up. All right. That's what I would go with if you are wearing body armor, you're taking things a lot more serious, you're doing different applications that you have body armor donned, and you need to be able to move around and still function the same, whether you have the body armor on or whether you have the body armor off. This would be my recommendation. All right. So that's my review for the Gen 2 Sling. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And I will be using this in probably a lot, if not all, my videos. Oh, look at that. Too tight? Not a problem. That's freaking sweet. I love this.